If you go to the table and you look it up, you're going to find an 8 by 8 is not an 8 by 8. So let's go back there and take a look real quick. It says an 8 by 8 is actually 7.5 by 7.5. The least of those two numbers. Okay? So if it's a 4 by 6, you're going to use the actual dimension of the 4-inch nominal to put in there. Once you get that, you're going to end up with a number. So there's where you get that data. I need that to calculate C sub P. So C sub P is a great big long equation. It messes students up. Please just look at the data, put it in, and don't worry about it. Okay, that equation is on page 239, the very top. So I'm going to get rid of this little guy right here, and I'm going to move him down a table A8. Here's the equation. 1 plus FCE over FC star divided by 2C minus there's the equation. Why did I put a bracket there? This right here, that right there, is that bracket. So once you calculate that 1 to the left, all you got to do is square it. You got the 1 to the right. So where do I need here? FCE, of course, comes from right here. FC star comes from right here. So the only thing left is C. And we're going to make life easy on you. If you look at what C is the factor based on the type of member it is. If you look at the little legend there, it says C is 0.8 for sawn lumber, 0.85 for poles, 0.9 for glue lambs. We are going to use sawn lumber, so if you want to, what I would do, I would take this and I would get rid of it, and I would put a 1.6 there, and I would take this and get rid of it and put a 0.8 there. So there's your formula. Once I have C sub P, of course, C sub P goes right there. F star goes right there. A is already in from the table. I basically have it. So you can see it's managing data. So let's try ours, and then we'll do one more. I'm going to leave this on the board. I think I can fit the problem in over there pretty easy with that there. So let's go about it. I kind of like to gather my data first, and then it looks like I got an A I can find an FC real quick, I can find an E min real quick, I can find a D real quick. I got a lot of things, so I'm going to write those down that I can find fast. A, find that real good. I can find FC real well. I can find E min real easy. I can find D real easy. LB is part of the problem, so that's easy. I've got the 0.8 already, so I've got this. Part of the problem, that. Looks like if I can gather that data, the problem is going to be pretty easy. So how do I do it? I go to the back of the book. I look at page 776, 777, or 676. 676, I go down to an 8 by 8. An 8 by 8 is 7.5 by 7.5. So this is 7.5 by 7.5. The least of those, 7.5. The area, 8 by 8, 56.25. Okay, that takes care of that. LB is pretty easy, 18 feet. I know I want that in inches because I already said that, so I'm going to do that right now. 18 times 12, 216 inches. Now I go to table 5.1, and I'm an 8-inch wide member. 8 inches is bigger than 5. So I go down to this section right here, posts and timbers. I put my finger on number 2, posts and timbers. I go across, I stop at FC, and I hit 700. And if I keep going, 2 more aisles over, I'm at E min. That's 470,000. This is, of course, in PSI, as is this. There's my data. All I got to do is pump now. Okay, and I already moved this into here. Okay, so I'm going to go to the second easiest. The second easiest, of course, is FC star. I look at this and it says if it's greater than 5, FC equals FC star. FC, 700. So I can put 700 right here. That leaves me CP left over. CP, I need FCE, so I'll do that first. 0.8, 470,000. 216, 7.5. Do the math. 216 divided by 7.5. I want to square that. I want to flip it. And I want to multiply it by 0.822. And I want to multiply it by 470,000. 465.78. Okay, there's that. Now I take this equation, CP equals 1 plus FCE FC star over 700.8. There it is. I'm going to do the math. I'm going to take 465 and divide it by 700. 465.78 divided by 700. I'm going to add that to 1, and I'm going to divide it by 1.6. Then I'm going to square it. Then I'm going to subtract it. 465.78 divided by 700 divided by 0.8. Then I'm going to take and subtract the 2 and take the square root. The square root of 1.0834 minus 0.8318 gives me 0.5. So this is 0.516. 0.5016, excuse me. Okay, then I'm going to take 1.0409 and subtract 0.5016 from it, and that leaves me with 0.5393. That number goes right here. Uh, 0.5393. 0.5393. Looks like I've got all the entries. So I'm going to take 700. Clear 700 times 0.5393 times 56.25. 21,235. 21,235 pounds. That equals 21.24 kips. So that particular column, loaded the way it is with a length of 18 feet, can handle up to 21.24 kips, or a little over 21,000 pounds. Okay, what do you think? Got it? Okay, we're going to do one more. I'm going to get rid of these numbers up here. We're going to do one more that we can do and run parallel. And hopefully when we get done, you can see that the method to use is going to be the table if possible, because it's almost impossible to come close time-wise to doing it analytical versus the table. So let's take a look at it. I'm going to take another problem. This will be just an example. Okay, I'm going to do a pretty simple one. I'm going to do a number 1 Doug fir larch 4x6 that's 12 foot long. Okay? Okay, if I gave you this and I said, do it on a test, here's your options. Your first option, of course, is to recognize, which some of you aren't going to. Now, let me tell you what this is like. Okay? And you tell me if you think I think you're smart. I've got this hole. The hole is 40 feet long, 20 foot wide, 8 foot deep, and you walk out there. Sitting right here as you walk up is an excavator, a crane, a backhoe. Laying next to it is a nice little shovel. I tell you to dig the hole. You wander out there, you want to impress the living crap out of me, so you grab the shovel and start digging. When I walk out there, you think I think you're a smart person or an idiot? You're an idiot. That's what this is made for, to dig big holes. This is made to dig little holes. You don't use it on a big hole. Okay? Your two options now are table or analytical. The table is the backhoe. Analytical is the shovel. If you can use the backhoe to dig a hole, use it. So you read it. Number 1 should hit a little button in your brain. Man, number 1, that's a table. So you turn to page 244. You put your finger on 12 feet. You wander down to a 4x6, and you see a number 5.51 kips. There's your answer. There's your answer for the table. Okay, what did it take us? 5 seconds, maybe? Okay, now, you didn't recognize that. So you decide, okay, I got to do this with a formula. So here's my formula. What did I need? I needed, same as I needed before. I needed the area. I needed the least dimension. I needed FC. I needed E min. I needed LB. LB is 12 feet. Given area of a 4x6, go to your table. Okay, we've been at it a minute now. It's about 5 of 12, so let me see how long it takes us. A 4x6. A 4x6 is 3.5 by 5.5, 19.25. 19.25 square inches. Least of those two, 3.5 inches. Okay? I go back to my table. It's 4. The little dimension is 4. 2 to 4. I go find FC, then I go to table 5.2 and get the multiplier. So, table, it's 2 to 4, so I'm in that top cell. Put my finger on number 1 and go across. And when I get to FC, I read 1500 PSI. I keep going a couple more columns. Let's see, number 1 is right there. 620,000. Okay, I can fill in one of my blanks already. My one blank is going to be what? 19.25. That goes right there. I've got part of FC, but I've got to finish it off with table 5.2. So I go to table 5.2, page 197. My member is 2 to 4 inches wide. It's got a width of 6 inches. 5.5, 6. So I go down to the width, I go all the way across to FC, and I hit 1.1 as the multiplier. So, this guy, there's the FC, 1500, table 5.2 is 1.1. I multiply the two together. There's my FC star. So I can put that up here. 1650. Got it whipped? 2 equations and we're done for the day. FCE. 0.822, 620,000. 144, 3.5 squared. Do the math. Once you get the math, put it in the big C sub P and we should be done. Let's see, 144 divided by 3.5. I want to square that. I want to flip it. I want to multiply it by 0.822 and by 620,000. And I get 301.07.